I believe private sector accountability is very important. The private sector produces the majority of the foods that all of us are eating, and increasingly we're seeing food products at retail level in lower middle income countries. We need the private sector to be more accountable in the types of foods that they provide to populations. We need new metrics and new ways of measuring private sector accountability. When it comes to the Paris Agreement, for example, there's a lot of alignment right now in terms of private sector commitments to reducing their greenhouse gas emissions. When it comes to the healthiness of foods, however, there's not an alignment, and there's different ways of measuring healthy. There's a lot of different thresholds, and I think that's the problem. We need common metrics, common standards, and agreement between all of us, including and mostly the private sector, on those thresholds. Of course, consumers are important, but I don't believe that's going to drive the change. We need to see government leadership, we need to see private sector leadership, and we need to see non-governmental leadership. I'll use the cliche, sorry, I have to. Did Steve Jobs ask consumers, do you want an iPhone? No. It was introduced, and a lot of the food products which are showing up on the shelves, not only in high-income countries, but now in low and middle-income countries, they're too high in fat, sugar, salt, too low in micronutrients. The consumer is not driving that necessarily. It's mainly the supply side. So we need regulation and we need accountability of the private sector. We need good initiatives from them to say they can still make a profit while providing healthy, sustainable foods. There's some initiatives happening now where you're seeing CEOs sign up to producing healthier foods. We're at Access to Nutrition Initiative. We're also driving some new initiatives with leadership and investors, institutional investors, those who are managing trillions of dollars of assets are starting to say, you know what, with environment, social governance, investing practice, we need to see nutrition as part of that. So we're working on some very basic metrics that can be part and parcel of ESG investing. And in a way, it will ensure private sector reports on the healthiness of their product portfolios and transform markets over time.